can't see the what? The background. Good what? Good evening, world. This is Ivan Omer here again. This is going to be another very interesting video. I hope you guys enjoyed my yesterday's video when I babbled on talking about SkySource, my opportunities in life. Today I'll be continuing my what? My Lord of the Rings read-along. I am on chapter 7, which is in the House of Tom Bombadil. Forget what in the House of Tom Bombadil. How much pages am I in? Give me a sec here. I read 5 pages. If I remember right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I am on page 166. I'll read another 5 pages today. So I'll read 166 to 170. That's 5 pages. And then tomorrow, the day after that, I should be finishing off the Tom Bombadil chapter. Give me a second. The Bombadil chapter is long. Yeah. So 2 more days. So today I'll be reading 5 pages of In the House of Tom Bombadil, and then the day after that, I'll finish off the chapter. And then after that, you have when Frodo and them go in the Barrow Downs. And I believe they're in, Tom Bombadil rescues them from the Barrow Downs, if I remember. I might be wrong. So all you Lord of the Rings fans who are excited about my read-along, you're going to be happy today, because today I'll babble on for a good hour, but today I'll read a good 5 pages of, I'll continue on my Lord of the Rings read-along, which is Tom Bombadil. I'm going to keep saying this, Lord of the Rings fans. If I make an error when I comment, you're gonna have to bear with me, as I'm not well grounded in Lord of the Rings. I only got a good like 5% of Lord. I read Lord of the Rings. I'm still reading Return of the King right now. I'm almost done. I have to get 150 pages left, if you're not including the appendixes. Late October, sometime in October, I'll be finishing Return of the King. I've been slacking off my reading, but to all you Lord of the Rings fans, you gotta bear with me. I know you guys are hardcore nerds, and you know a lot. You guys all you nerd Lord of the Rings fans, I don't know, you get a good like 40% just of Lord of the Rings. Whereas me, I only get a good like 10% of Lord of the Rings. Because I'm rereading Fellowship of the Ring, I understand a bit better now, obviously. But on my first read, I only understood like 5% of Lord of the Rings, man. Because Lord of the Rings is a complex book for me personally to grasp on a first read. For me to understand 40% of the book, I have to read it like 3 times. To understand 40%. For me to understand 60%, I have to read like 5-6 times. And I don't think I'll ever be one of those nerds who's going to get 90% of the story. No way. There's some nerds out there who got a good like 80% just. Most of the nerds probably get a good like 50-60% just the story. Because Lord of the Rings the world building is so in depth. It's very, very tough to get a good 80% of the story, man. Chances are all the nerds probably grasp a good 60% of the story, and all the other stuff they forget. It's very tough to grasp everything in Lord of the Rings, because there's just so much going on, so much land, so much characters, so much history, so much descriptions. It's crazy, man. Fucking crazy. And J.R.R. Tolkien's a genius because he was able to pull that off, obviously. I don't think any fantasy novel will ever have the world building like Lord of the Rings. I don't think anything can ever top that, man. Even my Last Hope for Xehanort book doesn't top Lord of the Rings and world building. The world building of my book is good, but it's not as good as Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings world building is unsurpassed, man. Nothing can top that. But the story of Last Hope for Xehanort tops Lord of the Rings. I'm gonna keep saying that. The story of Last Hope for Xehanort tops Lord of the Rings. Hence why I'm gonna be crowned the modern Tolkien, and I'm gonna be what? I'm gonna be crowned the modern Tolkien once the world reads my book, obviously. And my book is gonna sell. I told you, if I was not the son of God, I'll be, to this day, I'd be successful. Because I told you I had a lot of opportunities in my life for success, obviously. And most people in the world don't have that luxury of that many opportunities. My real opportunity was the modeling opportunity, like I said in my last video. The company that called me up was a small agency, but had I got signed by that agency, I would have, and the doors were open on me. My name would have went. I would have become famous, and a better top-notch agency in Canada or America would have signed me. By now I would have been signed by the top agency. So even though that company would have signed me, I would have become more famous. And as I become more famous, bigger name, all the top modeling agents on the world would have contacted me. Hey, Ivan, we want to sign you and all stuff. And to this day, I'd be a multi-millionaire. I'd be the top male model in the world. Because I'm white, I would have, to this day, I'd be the top male model in the world, obviously. Just like Kendall Jenner is like the top male, she's like ranked one of the top female models in the world. I would have been the top male model in the world to this day. Hence, that was my biggest opportunity, the modeling agency. The agency that was going to sign me was a small agency. It wasn't a big agency. It was a very small agency. But had I got my foot in the door, a better known agency would have signed me eventually, obviously. Because that's how it works in the modeling world. Even if you get signed by a small agency, as you become more famous, bigger name brand agencies are obviously, if you're a successful model, they can sign you, obviously. And the top, by now I would have been signed by the top ranked agency in the world by now. And I've been signed by that company. That was my biggest opportunity, obviously. My acting opportunity wasn't as big because the roles I got were like what? The marketing agency I signed with, a lot of the roles were independent movies, but independent movies is a good opportunity. A lot of the roles were independent movies, small speaking roles for a Hollywood television show for like $1,500. So had I been in a small speaking role for a Hollywood show, I would have opened the door for me, as well as extra roles and being an extra in a Hollywood television show is a good way to get your foot in the door, obviously. I had some good opportunities, obviously. My acting opportunity wasn't as big, obviously, but my modeling opportunity was big. And I've been signed by that small agency. To this day, I would have been signed by a top agency. I would have become famous, and a top agency would have got their hands on me. And right now, I'd be a multi-millionaire. I'd be the most famous model in the world by now. This is back in 2015. This is 6 years ago. By now, I'd be the top ranked male model in the world, man. I'd be fucking big, man. Obviously. So my biggest opportunity, in my opinion, was the modeling agency. My second biggest opportunity was Mopify. Because Mopify was like my own business. Had I done Mopify, I wouldn't be a millionaire, but I would have been making a rich 6-figure salary, man. I'd be fucking rich, man. Hence why when you guys and Mopify, they pay you $17 to $19 an hour, obviously, and it's your own business. It's pretty much your own. It's just all the company does is the company finds you houses. They have Mopify is it's a Canadian company, obviously, cleaning company, and it's pretty much your own business. You tell them your hours, you tell them your region, and they send you clients. Obviously, you can have as much clients as you want. Obviously, now I was willing to work 40 hours plus a week. I would have started off making $700 to $1,000 a week. I would have made like 50,000+ a year doing cleaning houses. A lot of work, obviously, is labor. The reason why a lot of people don't want to do cleaning, because cleaning is labor, obviously. But had I cleaned like 4 or 5 houses a day, I would have made like $700 to $1,000 a week starting off. And by now, I would have had a huge customer base. I would have been making like $100,000 a year, man. And I would have had my own nice apartment. I probably wouldn't have bought my own house. The only way I'll ever buy a house is if I was married. Well, I'm already married. My wife's married to me, obviously. We're married. Me and my wife don't even have to get married because we're already married. The symbolism of marriage in this world, where two people become one, is a symbolism of Ivan and Vijay. Ivan and Vijay are one in nature, hence she's my wife, obviously. We're already married. And so I don't have to get married to Vijay, obviously. And she's already married to me. She's married to me by nature, obviously. We're one, obviously. Obviously, right? But the only way I would ever get my own condo or place, buy my own condo or place, is if I was in a relationship or something like that. But if I was living on my own, I would have rented my own apartment. It's easier. I don't feel like buying a house. But had I worked at that Mopify job, I would have rented out a really nice apartment in Elmer, man. I would have had my own nice apartment, man. I would have had it. Even if I was making $50,000 a year, the first year I would have made like $50,000. $50,000, you can rent a nice apartment in Elmer, because Quebec has cheap apartments, man. You can get a nice apartment, a really, really nice apartment in Quebec for $700 a month, man. I would have rented out a nice apartment. I would have bought my own used car. I would have got my license by now, and I would have bought a nice used car. Not a brand new car, but I would have saved up and bought a nice used car. And I would have also went on a nice vacation, too. I would have been able to travel the world and go on a nice vacation to Cuba, Europe, France, all those places, man. Hence why every time when the step family sits me upstairs, I just ignore them. It's noise. I don't want to hear any more of their bullshit. Obviously, you locked all the doors on me, hence I don't want to hear any more bullshit. Had I been working Mopify, I wouldn't be sitting in this basement. I'd be what? I'd be successful to this day. I'd be making like $100,000 a year because I have the keys. I can turn. My plan was. It's funny. I'll tell you what my plan was. When I went to Heritage College, because modeling didn't work out and acting didn't work out. When I went to Heritage College, my plan was to do design, to graduate from the program, obviously, work in the government. I would have made like, had I got a job in the government, which I most likely would have, I would have made like $60,000 plus a year, $80,000 a year, and I most likely would have had my own freelance business on the side. I would have made probably an extra 15, 20 grand doing my own freelance business on the side. Hence, I would have made like even 100 grand. The design program was a huge opportunity for me too, obviously. The problem with the design program, you have to apply to government jobs, all that stuff. But had I gotten a job, I would have made like 60,000. I graduated and I got a job in the government, I would have made like 60,000 plus a year. My plan was to work in the government for a couple of years and do my own design business on the side. And then my plan was to what? My plan was to pitch an idea to a Canadian film company, pitch a television show idea to a Canadian film company. Either that or I would have saved like 10 grand, 15 grand. I would have made my own small short film. My own small independent movie, like an hour and a half independent movie for like $15,000. That was my plan. Work in the government, save some money, write my own script, make my own an hour and 30-minute independent movie. Obviously, that was my plan. Or pitch a TV idea to a Canadian film company in Toronto. Because Toronto is where it's at for Canada for acting and all that stuff. Modeling is Montreal, but acting is Toronto, man. Toronto's where it's at for acting, and Toronto's like the Los Angeles. Toronto was like the Los Angeles of it's like the Los Angeles of Canada, pretty much. That was my plan, obviously, but it didn't work out. School didn't work out because the doors are locked on me. But my real big opportunity was the modeling opportunity. That was the real opportunity for me, and the Mobfly opportunity. Those are like my two big opportunities, obviously. Whereas school, my design program was a big opportunity, but the problem with design is that even if I graduate, I would have had to apply to jobs. It's not guaranteed you're going to get a job, obviously. But most people who do that design program end up getting a job. So design opportunity was a big opportunity for me too. But the Mobify was a bigger opportunity because Mobify was like my own business. It was like my own, and there's a lot of money to be made in cleaning, man. But the reason why a lot of people don't want to do cleaning is cleaning is labor. But there's a lot of money to be made in the cleaning business, man. Cleaning business, because everyone needs their house cleaned every week. And so you can get a lot of customers. And so by now I would have had a huge customer base in Elmer. I would have had a huge customer base. I would have been making like 100,000 plus a year, man. 100,000 plus I would have been making had I worked in my job. Hence, when I tell you that I had opportunities in my life for success, I really did have opportunities. I was one of the lucky ones. Because I'm obviously lucky, I'm one of the lucky ones who had a lot of opportunities for success in this world. Obviously. But the funny thing is, while all this was going on, I happened to be writing my own book. And because I wrote my own book and I own all the rights to my book, and I have the keys, I get to make my billions. I wrote the best fantasy novel ever. Yes, even better than this book here, Lord of the Rings. And because I have the keys, I have financial control, I get to be a multi-billionaire, obviously. So everything worked out for the good. So even though I didn't get signed by that modeling agency, that small modeling agency, by now I would have been a multi-millionaire. By the way, had I been signed by that modeling agency and I got more famous, I would have eventually met a gatekeeper and I would have had to sell either way, right? Because all these famous models, they all have to sell. They all have to sell out too. That's how it works, man. Had I become more famous, I would have, and I got signed by a bigger agency, a top agency, I would have met a gatekeeper, and for me to be successful, I would have had to sell to them, obviously. So either way, everything worked out for the good. My point is, I would have been a successful model by now. That's my point, obviously. Right. And even what, right? And I would have probably eventually met VJ too, obviously. I would have, because had I been a successful model, I would have been in the Hollywood system. I would have met VJ too, obviously. But I told you, the world will never let me and VJ have each other all to ourselves. Because you guys are crazy people. You want me here to share because you're selfish people, obviously. So you get to have your boyfriend and girlfriend all to yourselves and your husbands and wives, but I can't have my wife all to myself. You guys are fucking selfish people, man. Balls on mine how selfish you guys are. Hence why I'm not playing any games. Once I find out how wicked you are and how selfish you guys are, when I make that final announcement late this month. Because I'm making the announcement late this month, man. And once I make that announcement, I'm going to tell my family, hey guys, I'm done my book. I need your help. The reason why I'm going to say I need your help, because I know the doors are locked to me. I know they're the gatekeepers. And so I'm going to ask them, hey guys, I've done my book. I need your help. I need your help getting this book out there, obviously. You have to tell them that way they know, okay, Ivan's done his book. And eventually they're going to sit me upstairs, obviously. And I'll know the time has come when I see every member of my family there. Or if I see someone else, there's a good chance they might invite some other people too in the house too. Some other person who's a gatekeeper, they might invite some people over. That's when I'll know the time has come and there are no room for games. And you guys are gonna trap me. They're gonna start off talking to me very nicely, obviously, and eventually their true nature is gonna come out, obviously. You guys are going to trap me with sharing. I'm not stupid. I figured out the puzzles game. You're going to trap me. Your plan was, okay, hopefully we trap Ivan with death. That way you can share with all of us because we can see his glory and we're saved. Because you guys, and Ivan gets a trashy wife, a disgusting trashy wife. Because you guys are selfish people. You want your what? You want your full cake and eating it too. But no way am I going to do like that, man. Not after causing that mess and causing horror and chaos in my life. I'd rather be in that room 1 second, I'm gone. The next second, I wake up. And I get my freedom and advantage control. I'm not going to just do like that, man. And because you made me make a choice, because you trapped me with a choice, I also trapped you with a choice. Either you see Ivan and EJ's glory forever and you're saved, and you never know if psychonaut have sex, or you see their bullshit sex, you cause mess in their life, you choose not to talk about the public eye, you sabotage your channel. As when I read your king and queen, you're left out, you're not saved, obviously, and you made your choice. You trapped me with a choice. I also trapped you with a choice. You had a choice, world. And you made the wrong choice, obviously. And now when I read your king and queen, you're not saved. And you're abandoned and left behind my God. And you're going to pay a very horrific price, man. Just like you made me pay a horrific price to read my wife. The horror mess, especially death. There's nothing worse than death. You made me pay a horrific price. And you made my wife pay a horrific price to be with me. When I was willing to save my virginity for her. You're also going to pay a horrific price. When I have to reach your king and queen, you're left behind. You're not saved. Such a horrific feeling, you guys are going to cry. Because you're looking at international fame, and those Hollywood actors are even going to beg their asses off for me to resign them. Because they know what it feels like to be saved and experience the international fame with Ivan and VJ. They don't want to be left behind, hence why every actor for all my movies are all going to beg their asses off for me and my wife to resign them. Because me and my wife are that special, man. We're God. Obviously, and the countdown is seriously ticking, man. So tomorrow, I don't know, tomorrow I'll make that Swimming with Sharks video. Tomorrow or the day after, earlier this month, early October, I'll make that Swimming with Sharks video. Looking at a very interesting video for that. And then after that video, you have one video left in my miscellaneous series. Because the Lord of the Rings relong is not part of my miscellaneous series. But my Swimming with Sharks video is part of my miscellaneous series, as well as what? After that, you have one video left, which is my final announcement. I'm going to talk about my life, obviously. I'm going to leave out the details of all the people who I met. I'm going to keep that personal, obviously. I'm going to talk about some of the stuff. I'm not going to talk about everything. I don't remember everything. But I'm going to talk about a lot of stuff in my life that happened, obviously, in my life. Obviously. Talk about when I moved to Saskatoon, Saskatchewan. I was born in Saskatoon, Saskatchewan. I moved to Montreal at age 4, I moved to Montreal. That's when I got knocked on the rock. That's my last memory of life. I lived in Montreal for a good 2.5, 3 years. I lived in Montreal for a good 4. I lived in Montreal until I was 8 years old. So I moved to Montreal when I was 4. I lived there for 4 years in a shitty apartment. And then in 2000, we moved to Hull, Quebec. We lived there. We lived in the Hull for 1 year. And then 2001, we moved to this house, obviously. In 2001, I've been living in this house for 20 years now. Obviously. Yeah. So I'll talk about my life. If you're looking at a good hour, around 2-hour video, and I'll be done. And after I make that final announcement, I'm going to say this, man. Okay, this is it for Ivan Omer. I'm officially peacing out for good. I hope you will enjoy this series. I hope I entertain you guys. I hope you guys learn from your evil and your wickedness. This is Ivan Omer. I'm officially signing out. Peace. And when I say I'm officially signing out, peace, I really mean it. That is it for Ivan Omer. I'm not making any more videos on my Super Savage channel. Once I make that video, I will watch my video. I'll chill for a couple days, get a pack of smokes. Then when I'm ready, For what I'll do is when I make that video, I'll give it a couple days, like 2-3 days. Take a nice walk at night, have a smoke, and enjoy myself. And then I'm gonna go upstairs, like, hey guys, I'm gonna tell my family, like, hey guys, I'm done my book. I need your help. I want to get my book out there because I have to tell them that because I know they're the gatekeepers. They lock all the doors with me, so I have to tell them, look guys, I'm done my book. I want to publish it. I need your help, obviously. Tell them that way they know, and eventually they're gonna sit me upstairs. And then once you're tuning into your shows, as if for Ivan O'Meara, I'm gonna cry my eyes out and pay this fee. Be a porn star. You got your bullshit sex from Ivan because you're selfish people, obviously. We want to see Ivan have sex before it can be his wife because you want your full cake. You're selfish people. How would you feel if I did that to you, man? Like, yeah, Ivan, that piece of fuck out. And when it's Ivan, no one cares because you guys are blinded by your envy and you're crazy psychopaths. You're fucking crazy people, man. You want your full cake no matter what, man. Like, why is it such a big deal to you that you can't see me have sex? Like, there's many people in the world who never knows I have sex. I don't give a shit. And for Ivan, you have to see him have sex. You guys are crazy people. Yeah, I know me and my wife turn you on. But I didn't. There's many people in the world who turn me on too, obviously. On the outside, right? And yeah, I don't give a shit if I can't see him have sex. And for Ivan, you have to see him have sex because you guys are fucking crazy people, man. We need to see Ivan. We should have sex before they can be together because we're selfish. We're selfish fucking people, obviously. We want to see their glory and be saved. At the same time, we want to cause mess in their lives and see them have sex. Because you guys are fucking selfish people, man. Selfish fucking people, man. I'll never know what it's like to see you guys have sex. You guys get your husbands and wives all to yourself. You don't have mess in your life. And then Ivan, you fucking see him have sex and cause mess in life because you guys are fucking selfish people, man. And you think after doing that, I'm going to let you do like that and have you make rules for you. I'm not going to do like that, man. You got your bullshit sex. You got your mess. Now when I meet your king and queen, I'm going to cause mess. I'm going to cause mess. Because you caused mess in my life, I'm going to cause mess in your life. When we wife for king and queen, you're left out and you're abandoned by God, man. And you're not saved, man. It's so bad. When you go to work, Ivan and VJ's fame is going to affect your daily life, man. Every day when you go to work, on your break, I wonder what Ivan and VJ are doing. You're gonna see all these trends. When you go back home, you want to watch TV, but while you're watching TV, you're wondering what Ivan and VJ are doing. Ivan and VJ are living the life while I'm watching this show, watching this television show. You're going to constantly look at the trends. Yeah, man, it's affecting your daily life. You made me pay a price. You're also going to pay a price too, man. That's how it works, man. You're also going to pay a price. Obviously. And I'm going to start that amazing SkySource company, obviously. I told you, the money that I make from my Zane's Pro sales, me and my wife never have to work again. I don't even have to put in all the work inside SkySource. I'm going to tell VJ, I'm going to ask VJ, look, man, I want to start SkySource, but I'm going to tell VJ, look, if you don't want to start SkySource, you're more than welcome. Me and you can just live the life. We don't even have to start. I'm going to tell VJ, look, man, it's my dream of mine. I want to start a big budget movie, but if you don't want to start SkySource, VJ, me and you can just live the life, and we don't even have to start SkySource, and we can just live the life, obviously. But VJ obviously will want to start SkySource because it's a dream of hers to be the star in a big budget movie, man. There's nothing cooler than being in a big budget movie and being on a documentary, have the documentary filming us. Starring in a big budget movie is fucking my dream. Ever since I was in a short film, A Clean Slate, I always wanted to be in a big budget movie. I always wanted to star as a lead in a big budget movie, obviously. Ever since I was on a short film, Clean Slate, obviously. And I tried out acting. My dream was to make it into Hollywood. The doors were locked on me, obviously. And now that I'm king and I have billions in my bank, I'm able to start my own entertainment company bigger than all the Hollywood companies. Obviously. And I get to fulfill my dream, obviously. As everything in my life worked out for the good. So even though I'm bummed out that those opportunities didn't work out for me, I'm going to be a multi-billionaire. Everything worked out for the good, obviously. God gave me the keys, even though the keys really piss me off and they're annoying and I have anxiety in public and all that stuff. The keys are a blessing because I get to make my easy billions. I get to make easy money. All I have to do is write a book, financial control, and I get to make my billions, obviously. Hence, God made it easy for me, obviously. Even though the doors are locked on me, God made it easy for me. He gave me the keys. And the only way for me to be free and rich in this world is if I can open my own door. Because I have my own keys, I'm able to be rich and free because I don't have to sell to any gatekeeper. I can open my own door, obviously. That's why God gave me the keys. Because I came here to be rich and free. I didn't come here to be rich and be a dirty slave. As God, I deserve to be free and to be rich because I created the universe. Hence why God gave me the keys. That way I don't have to sell to any gatekeeper. And that way me and my wife can get our freedom. And we can get our wealth. We can be rich, obviously. We can be king, queen, financial control. Obviously, right? 24 minutes here. It's crazy how fast time flies by, man. I make a video before you know it, part one's already done. It's actually funny. And after this video, as usual, I will take a shower, go to order shawarma, and then I'll take a shower. I'll order my shawarma first. Shawarma's amazing, and I'll go take a shower, and I'll go to the store, get a pack of smokes, get beer, come back home and enjoy the show, obviously. And I'll probably watch some games or something like that. Or maybe I might watch a movie, I don't know. This month is my final month, so I might enjoy myself and watch movies, that kind of stuff. I want to finish the Loki series on Disney Plus. I didn't finish that. I only saw the first 2 episodes of that series. I want to finish that series, the Loki series, obviously. I didn't see WandaVision either. I saw the Falcon and Winter Soldier. I saw that. That was amazing. But I didn't see what? I didn't see WandaVision. That came out earlier this year, obviously. And I told you, well, the countdown's ticking. As late October, I'll be making that final announcement. And once I make that final announcement, Ivan's about to become king, man. And VJ's going to be queen with him. And I'm going to let my stepfamily know. And then once I let my stepfamily know and they send me upstairs, the time has come, obviously. You know how in the Bible, when Satan, before Jesus was about to be arrested, obviously, Satan enters Judas and Jesus says, whatever you want to do to me, do it quickly. Where do you think you get the idea in the Bible? It's the symbolism of my life, obviously. Once I go upstairs, I'm pretty much going to tell this. I'm pretty much going to tell the world and Steph, hey man, whatever you want to do to me, do it quickly. All I'm saying is that once I come back from death, I'm now king and you're left behind, you're banned by God. See? So I'm pretty much telling the world, look man, whatever you want to do to me, do it quickly. If you want to turn a virgin man into a porn star, obviously to be with his wife, even though you know it's wicked, obviously, you're more than welcome to do that, obviously. If you want to trap a virgin innocent man who's a good man with sharing with millions of women and his wife sharing with millions of men after already causing that mess, you're more than welcome to do that. All I'm saying is that once I pay this fee, I'm living my life and you're left behind, obviously, because you guys are wicked people, obviously. And I guarantee you guys foolishly think you're good people because you guys are crazy psychopaths. I guarantee you guys somehow foolishly, deceptively think you're good men because you guys are. It's funny, you know deep down in your heart you're wicked, but because you don't want to admit that you're wicked, you somehow think you're good. There's nothing worse than me proving that you're a wicked person. But there's a saying, actions speak louder than words. What you guys did, your actions show that you guys are wicked people. What you did to me and my wife is very wicked. You guys are wicked people, obviously. And I guarantee you guys somehow foolishly think you're good. You act like good people, obviously. On camera, you act good. You know what I'm saying? COVID, make sure you wear your mask. Make sure everyone wears their mask, obviously. And then Ivan comes to Earth, he puts a rule, don't touch his wife, and you touch his fucking wife. And so I'm proving how wicked you guys really are. You're nothing but actors. You're actors, you're wolves in sheep's clothing. Where do you think you get that in the Bible, how you say wolves in sheep's clothing? You guys are wolves in sheep's clothing. You act like good people, but in reality, you're wicked people, obviously. You're not good people. You're wicked people. The only good person in this world is Ivan O'Mara, man. I'm the only person. In the Bible, it says there's none in this world who's good but God. I'm the only genuinely good man in this world, obviously. Because I would never do that to someone else. I would never purposely cause mess in someone's life. You know how you know I'm a good person? Even after you cause this mess in my horror and chaos life and you kill me, I kill you with kindness. I just take my wife, I live my life. And even after causing this mess, I'm so nice enough, what? I'm nice enough to sign those Hollywood actors who banged my wife, which is a shitty price I have to pay. I'm so nice enough to pay them their millions. Obviously, I'm nice enough to save them. They're going to see Ivan the Region as well as what? Save them for the Hollywood system. And I'm also nice enough to put out movies and docs for you to enjoy. That's how you know I'm a nice person. And even after what you did to me, I still wish you guys the best because I'm a good person, obviously. Even though I know you guys are wicked people and you're a mess and what, man, you guys know, I'm telling you right now, you can somehow foolishly believe you're good, man, but actions speak louder than words. You guys know you're wicked people and you know it, man. You know deep down in your heart you're a wicked person. You're not good. You're wicked, obviously. You're wicked people, obviously. Even though you guys are wicked people and your mess that me and my wife made, obviously, you're nothing but a major mess. Even after you did this to me and my wife, I still wish you guys the best because I'm a good person, obviously. I don't wish any harm upon you guys. I wish you guys the absolute best because I'm a good person, obviously. I'm not perfect, as even good people have done some bad stuff in their life, obviously. But my point is, generally speaking, in my heart, I'm a good person. Obviously, as I'm a good person. As I would never I would never separate someone from his wife for 30 years. That's fucking evil. Psychopathic behavior, obviously. And I would never purposely cause mess in someone's life. It's fucking evil, man. And you guys did that because I will never kill someone to be with his wife. I would never force someone to share. Like, if I force someone to share, I feel like, I'd be like, oh my God, I'm fucking wicked. And you guys are the one to have me share with my wife for the rest of my life because you guys are wicked people, obviously. You don't see your evil because you're blind by your envy, obviously. You're wicked people. You break every moral code in the book. You guys broke, man. Every moral code broke it. Hence why when I pay this fee, I'm a fucking genius. Because not only is the world left behind, I proved how wicked and evil everyone in the world really is, man. You guys act like good people, but you're not good people. You're wicked people, obviously. You're nothing but a mess that I mean white made, man. You guys don't see it now because you're blind, but once it comes from death, it's finally going to hit your minds how wicked you are. You guys are going to cry your eyes out, and I'm going to shut you up for good to the point where when you watch all these talk shows, you're going to feel like, shit, yeah, man, I've improved how wicked we are. We can't say shit anymore. Yeah, man. Once I pay this fee, you can't say shit anymore because I proved how wicked and evil you guys really are. You broke every moral code in the book by even killing an innocent man who didn't do anything wrong. Hence, I'm a genius. I'm a fucking genius, man. Fucking genius. Shut camera off.